It's 7:47 right now. We're going to check in on your health. Cold and flu season is just around the corner. Do you hear what I sound like? It's like I have a frog in my throat.
You're the demonstration for the day.
I am the demo. And, a lot of us are looking for ways to stay healthy, to avoid this stuff. There's actually an app designed to help you track sicknesses based on where you live. It's called Sick Weather. I have it up right here. It's pretty interesting stuff. You can tap on these little bubbles, and it tells you the different kind of illnesses, fever reported. This one says fever reported. It can tell you the different kind of illnesses. It'll actually tell you kind of the sick forecast based on what people are saying on social media. It says for Denver right now, allergies, fever, and cough are what's going around. That's what Sick Weather is reporting. It tracks 23 illnesses and symptoms, including common cold, sore throats, fever, strep throat, allergies, all that stuff. So the question is, what's going around in our neighborhoods right now? Pediatrician Dr. Kristin Woodward is here to answer those health questions. So the app says allergies, fever, and cough. Is that pretty accurate?
It is. There are some other illnesses going around as well, but I looked at that app and I thought it was pretty accurate.
And it uses real information, which is kind of interesting. What are you guys seeing? I mean, are you seeing a lot of stuff that's hanging around from the summer as well?
Right. We're in this sort of transition zone where we see summer illnesses moving into winter illnesses. So we are seeing, but there are some things that can pop up in the fall.
Okay.
So we're seeing something called hand, foot, and mouth disease, which is a very common illness in childhood. It's usually a self-limited viral illness.
Yeah.
However, it can cause dehydration, so that's something to look out for.
My kids have had that. Not this year, but in years past, and it's not really fun to deal with. What about going into flu season? Because the flu isn't really here quite yet, but we should definitely be preparing for that.
Absolutely. So we typically say the flu season is anywhere from October through May, but in Colorado, we tend to see a peak in January. Now, this year, we expect to see the peak a little bit earlier in December, so now is a great time to go get your flu vaccine.
Now, it's kind of like a birthday card. Better late than never.
Better late than never.
Even if you don't get it done now, even if it's October and you say, well, I forgot about it, you still got to do it, right?
Absolutely.
And some other illnesses that are going around right now, we hear so much about the enterovirus, and I've heard people who've been at the hospital talking to nurses saying that that really is a big problem still.
It is. Now, we are seeing a decline in cases, which is great. Typically, enterovirus tends to decrease after the warm summer months. So we're hoping the end of September, early October, that will go away. That's been a really hard illness for us across the country now. It's been found in 40 states. We're starting to see strep, which is very common in the fall and the spring. Now, strep doesn't always present with a sore throat. It can present with a high fever and a headache, or even something like a sandpaper rash. So that's something to look for. And we're starting to see cases of gastroenteritis.
Well, that sounds like fun.
I know, that's a hard one too for kids, especially they can get very dehydrated, and we'll start to see that into the winter months as well.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I'd shake your hand, but I'm just
good.
coming off of one of those colds, and we'll just be safe here. I think I'm over it, Brooke, but clearly my throat is not agreeing with that this morning.